All right, good morning, everybody. Good to be on with you on this fine Wednesday morning. We are just a couple minutes late, and for that, I apologize. Hopefully, it doesn't set your schedule off too much today, but good to join you here this morning, even if it is a couple minutes late. If you're watching the recorded version, thank you so much for being on as well. I would encourage all that are jumping on watching no matter what time of day. Hit that share button real quick so that everybody knows that we are on and ready to go. Uh, and uh, and we'll get started here in just a moment. All right. It is Wednesday, May 22nd. Wednesday, May 22nd, and excited about the day. Beautiful day outside. I've got my Mr. Rogers jacket on. It's a little cool inside the church here, which is nice. And man, it's beautiful outside already. Already almost 70 degrees. That's incredible here. And excited about just the beauty of the day, the beauty of the weather, and summer coming. It's good. It felt a lot like summer yesterday. And hopefully you're able to enjoy some of that sunshine yesterday. All right, Daniel chapter number 11. Hit that share button real quick. Daniel chapter number 11. Let's look at verse number 1. Before we get into verse number 1, as we noted in verse number 10, this is a message that was given to Daniel here. Remember the angel, probably the angel Gabriel, was fighting against the demons of Persia, trying to get this message to Daniel in chapter number 10. Now we look in chapter number 11. We see another vision here in verse number 11, or I'm sorry, chapter number 11. Okay, so let's look at this. Also, verse number 1. Also, I, in the first year of Darius the Mede, even I stood to confirm and to strengthen him. Okay, remember, there's a lot of political change in Daniel's life. Different rulers, different kingdoms actually ruling. And here it is, the first year of Darius the Mede. Even I stood to confirm and to strengthen him. And so it's amazing that Daniel. It's God that Daniel was able to survive these different political changes as we have different kings coming to power and so on. We note in verse number 2, and now will I show thee the truth. Behold, there shall stand up yet 3 kings in Persia, and the 4th shall be far richer than they all. And by his strength, through his riches, he shall stir up all against the realm of Grecia. And so we've got Daniel here now revealing the vision here, the interpretation thereof. And what we're probably going to do is probably going to take a couple days at this. Today we'll kind of read through it a little bit, and then our next power up will kind of explain to you what's going on. And so it's important for us to know that all of this for Daniel is future. Okay. For us, as we read it, what he is describing is in the past. And so what he's looking at is around 300 to 200 BC before Christ. Okay, that's when these events are going to happen. But Daniel is giving these events around 600 BC. Okay, so God is revealing this stuff to him, and it's leading, and it's about the future events for Israel. Okay, and so now let's look at verse number 3. And a mighty king shall stand up that shall rule with great dominion and do according to his will. This is probably Alexander the Great. And when he shall stand up, his kingdom shall be broken and shall be divided toward the 4 winds of heaven, and not to his posterity, nor according to his dominion which he ruled. For his kingdom shall be plucked up even for others beside those 4 winds, those 4 generals that were to take over. And then we kind of get a glimpse at the 4 generals here. And the king of the south shall be strong, one of his princes, and he shall be strong above him and have dominion. His dominion shall be great dominion. And in the end of years they shall join themselves together, for the king's daughter of the south shall come to the king of the north to make an agreement. But she shall not retain the power of the arm, neither shall he stand, nor his arm. But she shall be given up, and they that brought her, and he that begat her, and he that strengthened her in these times. So we'll look at that a little more specifically our next time together. But out of the branch of her shall roots, of her roots shall one stand up in his estate, which shall come with an army, and shall enter into the fortress of the king of the north, and shall deal against him, and shall prevail. And shall also carry captives into Egypt, their gods, with their princes and with their precious vessels of silver and of gold. And he shall continue more years than the king of the north. So the king of the south shall come into his kingdom and shall return into his own land. But his sons shall be stirred up and shall assemble a multitude of great forces. And one shall certainly come and overflow and pass through. Then shall he return and be stirred up even to his fortress. And the king of the south shall be moved with choler and shall come forth and fight with him, even with the king of the north, and he shall set forth a great multitude, but the multitude shall be given into his hand. When he hath taken away the multitude, his heart shall be lifted up, and he shall cast down many 10,000s, but he shall not be strengthened by it. For the king of the north shall return, shall set forth a multitude greater than the former, and shall certainly come after certain years with a great army and with much riches. And in those times there shall many stand up against the king of the south. Also the robbers of thy people shall exalt themselves to establish the vision, but they shall fall. So the king of the north shall come and cast up a mount and take the most fenced cities, and the arms of the south shall not withstand neither his chosen army, neither shall there be any strength to withstand. But he that cometh against him shall do according to his own will, and none shall stand before him, and he shall stand in the glorious land which by the hand shall be consumed. Shall also set his face to enter with the strength of his whole kingdom, and upright ones with him. Thus shall he do, and he shall give him the daughter of women, corrupting her. But she shall stand on his side, neither be for him. After this shall he turn his face unto the isles, and shall take many, but a prince for his own behalf shall cause the reproach offered by him to cease. Without his own reproach he shall cause it to turn upon him. Then he shall turn his face toward the ford of his own land, but he shall stumble and fall and not be found. Then shall stand up his estate, a raiser of taxes and the glory of the kingdom, but within few days he shall destroy neither in anger nor in battle. And in his estate shall stand up a vile person, to whom they shall not give the honor of the kingdom, but he shall come in peaceably and obtain the kingdom by flatteries. And with the arms of a flood shall they be overflown from before him, and shall be broken, yea, also the prince of the covenant. And after the league made with him, he shall work deceitfully, for he shall come up and shall become strong with a small people. He shall enter peaceably even upon the fattest places of the province, and he shall do that which his fathers have not done, nor his fathers' fathers. He shall scatter among them the prey and spoil and riches, yea, and he shall forecast his devices against the strongholds even for a time. And he shall stir up his power and his courage against the king of the south with a great army, and the king of the south shall be stirred up to battle with a very great and mighty army. But he shall not stand, for they shall forecast devices against him. Yea, they that feed of the portion of his meat shall destroy him, and his army shall overflow, and many shall fall down slain. And both these kings' hearts shall be to do mischief, and they shall speak lies at one table, but it shall not prosper. For yet the end shall be at the time appointed. Then shall he return into his land, and with great riches, and his heart shall be against the holy covenant. And he shall do exploits and return to his own land. At the time appointed he shall return and come toward the south, but it shall not be as the former or as the latter. For the ships of Chittim shall come against him. Therefore he shall be grieved and return and have indignation against the holy covenant. So shall he do. He shall even return and have intelligence with them that forsake the holy covenant. And arms shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice, and they shall place the abomination that maketh desolate. And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatteries, but the people that that do know their God shall be strong and do exploits. And they that understand among the people shall instruct many, yet they shall fall by the sword, and by the flame, by captivity, and by spoil many days. Now when they shall fall, it shall be hoping, with a little help, but many shall cleave to them with flatteries, and some of them of understanding shall fall, to try them and to purge and to make them white, even to the time of the end, because it is yet for a time appointed. We're going to end with that for our reading today. Note what is kind of going on here. We'll get specifics into this. We'll look at some historical facts and people our next time together. But this is really, we have a lot of conflict happening, between involving the Jews, involving Israel, involving Syria, which is to the north of Israel. We've seen Egypt mentioned here throughout this passage, which would be through the south, or to the south of Israel. And so we've got over this time period these kings, these rulers going to battle against each other, and we kind of see that interaction here throughout Daniel chapter number 11. And what we're going to do our next time together is we're going to kind of give you some names, some historical evidence. We've got Ptolemy the first, second, third, and even into the fourth being mentioned, and all of these prophecies regarding Syria, regarding Israel, and the conflicts that they're going to experience. And then we will also have some references, to Egypt specifically, that we did not read about today. That'll be later on here, and look forward to kind of getting into that a little bit our next time together. And so kind of a different time together this morning. Thank you for joining me for it. As we've just kind of read through this, we'll walk through a little more specifically, but I wanted to read through it here first of all, so you kind of get just the gist of what's going on. A lot of conflict happening, and we'll look at how it fits into history and so on our next time together, okay? Let's welcome those who have commented live. Thank you so much for being on. Hit that share button if you haven't already done so. Brian and Cindy, good morning to you both. Have a blessed day. Cliff and Karen, good morning to you both as well. Ingrid, good morning to you. Love you. Have an awesome day, and happy 20th anniversary to you. And love you very much. Dennis and Geraldine, good morning to you both as well. David and Claudia, good morning to you both. Hope you guys have a great day. Would love to have you in church tonight. We've got a missionary with us this evening. That'll be at 6 o'clock. And so please join us at 6 o'clock tonight for our services. All right? Lord bless you all. Have a great day, everybody. Let's do this. So we're not going to be having a power up tomorrow. So we're going to be taking tomorrow off. And my wife are going to kind of take the day. We've got to get some things ready for this weekend with our Memorial Day picnic. And so I'm going to take her to lunch as well. So we're going to probably leave fairly early. So no power up tomorrow morning. And so hopefully that doesn't throw you off. We'll be back at it Friday, Lord willing. And then we'll be looking at Daniel chapter number 11 on Friday. All right, Lord bless you all. Have a great day, everybody. Hope to see you tonight.